Nice beaver.
Thank you. I just had it stuffed.
Hey everybody, we are back. We're doing some Battletome reviews for you today. We got the Fleaheater Quartz and the Skaven Battletome. Big shout out to Paper Games for sponsoring our giveaway at the end. They're helping us out with these Battletomes, get us a good deal on them. Hope you all enjoy.
Bam here from the Flying Monkeys Wargaming Podcast. I want you to head over to www.flyingmonkeycon.com. We are Kansas and Wichita's biggest wargaming event. We have Warhammer 40K, Warhammer Age of Sigmar, Infinity, Star Wars X-Wing. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on. We have even added a Warhammer 40K friendly this year for players that are inclined to go that way. We have a room block available. With your room block, you get free booze and free food. Can't beat that. Not a lot of cons offer such a thing. So get your tickets soon. Head on over to www.flyingmonkeycon.com. It happens June 21st to the 23rd, 2019, right here in Wichita, Kansas. Hopefully Dunkalicious, Matt, and myself will see you there. Tickets are selling fast, so if you want the higher tiered swag bags, get on it. And don't forget, we have a Horus Heresy narrative event. Great feedback from it last year. We're looking forward to having it this year. Dave runs a great event. See you guys soon. www.flyingmonkeycon.com.
All right.
Fuck yeah.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Lord of the Realms podcast. We got the full crew today. Oh, Benjamin's back.
Here I am, motherfuckers.
Right. We got Buck.
What up, nerds?
And then Eric D.
What's up, fuck boys?
So, what have you guys been up to since the last time we talked?
Well, I drove halfway across the country with my children and spent a month in San Diego, which was real nice. Getting to miss out on February in Oklahoma is never a bad thing.
Right.
So, yeah, had a good time. Played a couple of games while I was there. Got a couple of friends out there who are trying to really get the scene going again. It's been kind of docile around there, like dormant a little bit. Not a lot of shit's going on. So, yeah, they're excited to see a few more stores get some action in. And I mean, when did we have that tournament? January 5th, up at
yeah, I think around
the
then,
Realm around.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they had one in San Diego that weekend that only had 12 people at it. So
in their face.
Ha!
Yeah. So and they're a city of 4 million people, or whatever.
Suck
so
our dicks.
We're doing pretty fucking good around
What are
here.
we talking about?
Sucking dicks. So my friends are like, surely we can do better than this if you guys are doing that good out there. So,
All right.
I'm excited to see what happens out there.
They need a hype man.
Yeah.
They need a Demon Prince of Red on
Well,
the side.
Dude,
They might soon have that.
what? We had 20 in Wichita for that RTT.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're doing pretty good. I mean, with the help of Mike over at Edmund Unplugged, he's got a pretty good crew going over there, so it's not hard.
He's a solid dude.
Between them and the monkeys, it's like we can get some people at a tournament.
For sure. Buck, what have you been working on, man?
He
Buck.
left.
Oh, he fell asleep.
He fell into a cat's anus.
Hello, Buck. Maybe that's him baiting on the other side.
Yeah. Go away, bait.
Tap, 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 tap. All right, we'll go to Eric then.
Well, we lost Buck. All right.
I'm back. Sorry. Wife was having technical difficulties with the TV.
Ah.
Are you sure you weren't bait?
So that's what I've been up to.
All right. So, you're one of the three or I guess just me and you right now, have started Fleaheater Quartz.
Dear God, every monkey got a flesh eater army while I was gone.
All right.
See what happens when you leave us? We all fall apart and buy the new shit.
I know. 2 episodes ago, you motherfuckers are like, I'm doing one army for a year. Every motherfucking one of y'all.
Hey,
Well-
I didn't start no Fleaheater Quartz.
That's true. Skaven
Just
it is,
Skaven.
my friend.
What's really funny is Ben was like, "Yeah, I might start one, next year. Fleaheater courts, they look pretty cool. I got my other stuff, but if they come up with one, everyone else does it instead."
Yeah. I'm like, well, fuck that, Army.
It's fun. I came across good deals, like I said last time, but. And then Eric, what have you been up to, man? You've been playing some games.
I played some games. I started Skaven. I don't know if I said that last time. Maybe I did. I don't know. But yeah, so been playing some games. There's an escalation league going on at Wizards Asylum in Wichita, Kansas. If you're in the Wichita, Kansas area, you should go play there in that escalation league. If you don't, well, I guess screw you. I don't know.
He's not one with nice words.
No.
I don't know how to be nice to people.
You insult them and demean them, right? Is that how that works?
That's how you make friends.
Right.
So I make
Work
all
with
mine.
us. How many people have your?
Yeah,
Go
so the first day of this escalation league, first week, 2 weeks, whatever it is, they're like, bring 2 battle lines of hero and kind of get acquainted with the game. It's for the new players. So I brought a warlock bombardier and 2 units of storm fiends.
Nice.
because they count as battle line.
You still don't make any friends. Yeah, but you guys had a bunch of new people play, didn't you?
We had a ton of new people. I'm excited. If we keep half of these new people playing, get them into the tournaments and stuff, we should be good. We got one guy who's like dead set on corn, so him and Ben would probably hit it off.
Nice.
Yeah. Talk to that cat.
But yeah, so it should be a lot of fun, and I think it'll build up to the tournament next month. We have a 1-day GT, 1,000-point GT, which I expect all of you to come to.
I'm hoping.
I'm definitely going to try.
And beyond that, I've been painting up a Blood Bowl team for Matt, one of the local guys here. So that's what I got going on.
Nice. Yeah, I just been building Fleaheater courts. I think I came across almost 4,000 points worth, and it was all unbuilt, unpainted. So that's what I've been doing. I got a bunch, and I have a problem.
We're addicted to that plastic crack.
Was that all in a week?
That was all within like 18 hours.
Everyone's like,
Nick. Well, I was like, anybody want to split this box with me? And Nick's like, oh, you started Moon Clan. I said, shut up and split the box. And he was like, okay.
Yeah, and then Charles popped up, hey, I got some for you. I'm like, oh, okay, I'll take that. And then I went online and was like, hey, any of us want to split another box? And then I got Drew to split a box with me from Oklahoma City.
Oh, does he go on Skaven?
I guess so. He split a box with me. So I just kept getting more stuff. Got spells, the book, throne. I'm set. So
done and done.
Yeah, so I'm gonna play them probably at that 1,000-point tournament. I think I should have them. I'm gonna just a quick airbrush stuff. It's gonna be like a quick paint and play type army for me. I'm gonna do all my ghouls with like that. What's that night hot wash? The kind of the darker blue one for all my ghouls.
Yeah. No, not Draconoff Nightshade.
I forgot what it's
the
called.
Blue one. The blue.
Yeah, the technical. So because all the hero counts ate all the ghouls, so the other kind of ghosts. That's my theory anyway for my army. So one thing I want to talk about before we get into our main thing is the new Age of Sigmar RPG.
Yeah, that looks cool.
I'm actually kind of excited about that.
I'm fucking hella excited, dude.
Would be cool if we all like got together and did like a bonus episode where we do like an hour and a half episode of just role playing that.
I mean, we could do a live play, man.
I think it'd be awesome. Be hilarious.
You know what I might do? I might come up with like a 4 or 5 or 6 hour thing, and we should get like a weekend where all of us are free. We'll record the whole thing and we'll split it up into episodes. I think that'd be cool.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, it'd be fun. We should definitely do that.
Yep.
Down for that.
I volunteer myself as tribute for the DM
Sweet.
because I am a forever DM.
Gotcha. Yeah, when's that come out?
No idea.
Yeah.
Have they even said anything?
They haven't given a release date, but with how quickly the Warhammer Fantasy role-playing game came out from Cubicle 7, I would say it's not going to be too horribly long as far as RPG publishing goes.
Yeah, it seemed like there's about every order race you could play and different archetypes, I guess, for each one. So it seemed like it might be pretty fun. All right. Anyway, well, let's get into it. We're going to do 2 Battletome reviews today. We got Fleaheater Courts and Skaven. After this, we're going to give these Battletomes away that I got here. So let's dig right in.
To some lucky person who gives us money every month.
All right, well, it'll be 2 lucky people this time because I got 2.
2 lucky people that gives us
I hope it's Nick and Buck.
Hell
That's
yeah.
right. We can't win. Sorry.
Oh, boo.
That's the only reason Buck signed up.
What if I sign up as like a pseudonym?
An alias?
Yeah. They call me the cock knocker.
Yeah, just don't let me know about it, and then you won't ever find out.
Perfect.
All right. Allegiance abilities. You guys got this open?
Are we starting with what?
Fleaheater Courts. I'm sorry.
Oh, nice. You don't want to start with the lore?
We can go into the lore, man.
There was once an army called the Bretonians.
I have those guys. Can I? Do you think I can proxy in my Bretonians as flesh eater courts? I'll just be like, oh, they're flesh eater courts. This is how they think they look.
I think you have to.
Right?
that actually might be kind of funny to play.
You could do like Pegasus Knights as flayers or something.
Do they think they're on round bases too? So you just keep them on squares?
Yeah, that would be preferable.
Fun.
Okay.
So, yeah. Is all the lore you want to do?
That's all I have. I didn't read it.
Okay. I mean, that's pretty much it. So
I think they's knights and shit.
But they ain't. So we got Legion's abilities here. We get the Deathless Courtiers, which is basically like Deathless, or not Deathless Minions. What's the one for death? Am I right? Oh, yeah. So it's the 12-inch Wholly Within range. They get a 6-up mortal wound save. Pretty standard for death. I think they all get something like that. I bet the Legions of Gash book. I wonder if it'll ever change to that. Seems like they're all doing that now.
I don't think it will because the unit sizes are so. I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? Well, you get units of 40 ghouls, but then that rule probably wouldn't be very useful in this book. So we got their courts. You can select 4 of them. Basically, I'll give you special abilities, which we'll cover here later. Or you can forego that and do a delusion, which is a little table here. Going through those delusions, I think from this book, this is kind of like, I really like this book because it's kind of like the Daughters of Cain. There's like some obvious lists you build and play, and it's low model count. You can pretty pick it up, get it, play it. Not a lot of trying to decipher what's good in the book. So, but one of the illusions I really like is the once per turn you can use the Feeding Frenzy ability, which that's the one with you pick a unit within 12 inches of a hero, and then they can pile in and attack again after they've already attacked with a command
that's
point.
nice.
So basically, you can do that for free.
Who does that one?
Really good. Basically, the whole army has Feeding Frenzy command
Oh,
point.
okay. So any hero can do that.
Right. So this one lets you use it once for free.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Per turn. And that's even in the enemy turn. So basically, you have.
Oh, nice.
You know, 10 times you could do it a game.
Yeah.
But that's the
I
one
had
that really
one-
stands out to me, for
One of
sure.
the charge rolls isn't bad. Because you can summon some shit in.
Right.
9 inches away, add 1. I mean,
For sure, if you just pick a delusion, it opens you up to all the command abilities and artifacts. If you pick a court, you're roped into a command ability and artifact, but you get some
okay.
extra special rules too.
Are there good
mean-
courts?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Mhm.
We'll get to those. But I mean, you could definitely build an army from a delusion, and it'll still be really good because
Yeah, you'll be fine.
like there's in each there in the command abilities and the artifacts. There's an artifact that gives you +1 to cast and unbind, and a command trait that gives you +1 to cast and unbind.
Oh, shit.
So you get +2,
Yeah, that's real good.
which is really good. But
Yeah, because you got
That's
some casty motherfuckers in here.
oh yeah, even the Arc
The new
Regents
guy.
cast 2 spells, yeah,
Yeah, that's badass.
and he's amazing. We'll get to him later. So anything that stands out in the artifacts for you guys and command abilities?
I mean, like you said, the ones that stack for the casting dispelling. I mean, that seems pretty strong.
Oh yeah, for
Well,
sure.
I always like casting, so Dark Wizardry is cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, they have the typical ones, like reroll wounds, reroll hits,
Mm.
blah, blah, blah. But, I mean, that's good on, like, a big Terrorgeist or whatever, or Zombie Dragon. But, really,
right.
anything that can buff, yeah, what you're going to do to all the other things is always a little better.
Yeah, for sure. Other than that, I mean, the unmodified 6 rolls add 1 to damage or an extra attack. I mean, they got a couple of those in there that are
Yeah,
pretty
they got a
good.
couple in there, yeah.
Which stacks with some of the court rules, which is really good. So, but all in all, I mean, they're pretty basic, but there is some really good ones in there. Most of the time, you'll have the court one, unless you have a command battalion. Lures of Madness. Now, some of these are really good. Some of these are just okay. I think they all have pretty good utility. Blood Feast is probably an auto take for each army.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you want to regen some of those ghouls or heal some wounds on your terror guys for sure. What else was there?
Oh, wow.
Lots
The
bigger.
casting roll was 10 or more. It's not unmodified 10. So,
Right.
it could be an 8 if you're a +2.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
And there's an artifact that gives you +1 to cast, dispel, and unbind. So you can take the command trait, and now you're +2.
Yeah. And then it's a 7 to cast. That's like it's crazy. They're all 5s and 6s except that one. That's pretty sweet. Low
But it's
casting
pretty
values.
The other one that might be good for your Terrorgeist army was that deranged transformation where you take the what was it? You take the wounds characteristics of a 6. Oh no, so it has to be up to 6.
Up to 6, yeah.
Yeah, never mind. I read that wrong. That's not very good. They give your Terrorgeist +6 movement, but
How many what's the movement of like flayers? Or not the movement, but their
Crypt
wound
flayers?
characteristic.
Oh,
They have
4.
4,
Mhm.
Yeah.
so you could add 4 to their move. That's pretty.
Yep, it's pretty good, especially if you
That's
take
something.
They already moved 12, so
Yeah, moving 16 and flying. That's pretty sweet.
yeah.
it's like a Morghast move, yeah.
But other than that, I mean, other
I
ones
really
do more
like
wounds and stuff.
I think that's going to be pretty solid.
Which one?
Monstrous Vigor.
Oh, where they can just
Pretend like they don't have any wounds for when they need to attack or do anything.
Oh yeah, that would be pretty good.
Yeah.
And it's a low casting value.
Yeah, that's
cool deal.
All these are they're pretty sweet spell list.
Yeah, and then they got it where you can give your mounts traits.
Yeah, how
Now-
about that? That's cool.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Yeah,
really
I mean,
good.
Stormcast had that before, so
Oh, have they?
Yeah. So you can the one I really like is prove the rend characteristics of your mount's melee. I think like the one that does D6 wounds is like a -2 rend, so you can put that at a -3 rend.
enjoy that.
Shit, That's fucking badass. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you just automatically get an extra, like another trait, like a mount trait, if you have a.
One hero mounted can get one of these.
That's
that's
amazing.
What it says.
So it's just like an extra command ability.
Yeah.
Fucking cool. Wow.
Mm-hmm. So you can run and still shoot. So you can basically run your Terrorgeist up there and still yell at him.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yep. Automatically heal 3 wounds. I think both of them have that. Both of them pretty much the same except the last one. Basically, they're just do with their screams and their streaks.
The third one, the fifth one, and the sixth one are different.
Mm-hmm. That's reroll hit for their mouth attacks. So, but it's pretty good. I think that's a really good addition to them. I mean,
yeah.
Pick what you want to do. If you want to keep your gang alive, let it heal 3 wounds instead of D3. You know, add some more rend. I mean, all these are pretty good, I think.
I kind of like the gruesome bite on the Terrorgeist, which is you can reroll failed hit rolls for attacks made with the Mound's Fanged Maw.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Are you already getting like some rerolls in the army though?
Yeah, but if you roll a 6 with the Fanged Maw, I think you do like D6 mortals instead of D6 damage.
Oh wow.
So it's be able to reroll that would be pretty good. I think it's a Terrorgeist that does that.
I get that. The reroll is failed hit rolls, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice.
So you can't like try for a 6 again.
Yeah.
Is it the moon that does that? That's 6 to 1.
I don't remember.
I don't know. I get the dragon and the Terrorgeist mixed up. I'm new. So
learn your rules, noob.
I know. It's a whole long process of learning a new army. Again.
Yeah, y'all keep switching armies. Don't get good with one.
All right. Give you that edge. All right. Next, we got the Carnal Throne, which is amazing. It's a free model you put on the board after a territory has been set up, and basically it gives +1 bravery to your army, -1 to the enemies. But any aberrant ghoul that is it wholly within or just within 1 inch? Yeah, within 1 inch.
Within 1 inch.
Yeah, can use their command ability for free, which all of them summon models in.
Yeah, but they can. Each one can only do it once.
Yeah, which is still good. I mean, it got a little bit of nerf. I think it's more of a balance than anything. I mean, I don't think you should just keep summoning and summoning every turn. So right. I mean, even though people might be a little upset about it, I think in the long run, between this book, all the stuff it gives, you're getting way more for this book than the nerf you got.
Yeah, well, and it's a one-trick pony. I mean, no one was playing that army any other way and winning consistently, other than the like bring the big shit and summon more shit.
Yeah.
So this is adding. I mean, now we have spells. Now we have all the artifacts, all the shit. This is going to be a much more fleshed out book.
For sure. So now we can go into the courts here. There's 4 of them. My 2 favorites are the Blister Skin and the Gristlegore. I think you could build a pretty good list with each one of these. Like, was it the Morgant? Basically, you can, on a 4-up, you can use a command point and bring back a unit of serfs on the board. So if you have like a unit of 40 and they die, you can be like, 4-up command point. They're back on the table edge. So I mean, you could just build a whole ghoul army and just take the Morgant and just go to
anything
town.
that returns dead units, I like. So
yeah.
Even masses is a good.
We'll see, like you can, because the Arc Regents bring back 20 Serf models to the board, like with their command point. So those come in, die on a 4-up. You use your command point, you can bring them in again, and it's just it might get a little ridiculous. He'd be killing a lot of stuff. It would require a lot of models.
Good, that would be awesome. Are you gonna do that?
I don't know. Maybe. Right now, I'm okay. Like I said, I'm building the Blister Skin and the Gristlegore list right now until I get that many ghouls. I think I made a list that was like 140 ghouls.
Only,
yeah. But like I think 80 of them started on the table. So like 3 units of 40 and a unit of 20 started on the table with like 3 Arc Regents. Or no, 4 Arc Regents and 2 Courtiers. So there'd be a lot of ghouls on the table. But I think it'd be really good. I mean the command trait, everything is they're kind of wonky, I think, because it's rerolls for your hero, or it's like
near their serfs, yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So I mean you want to be in range of the serfs anyway for the like little abilities they give, but usually you're going to be surrounded by serfs. You can't get there anyway. So I mean, I don't think they'll really be used that much. My opinion, anyway.
Not taking battle shock on a big unit seems good.
Yeah, right. For sure. Wow. Someone's going crazy.
Jesus.
Buck went to work.
Yeah, right. Had to go beat his dogs real quick. So I didn't really. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, so that was the Morgan.
Grand Court, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
The Holomore, I really haven't looked at because I'm not building any. Was it Crypt Ghouls? Because the Crypt Ghouls are good, but they're not what I like.
What does it give Crypt? Why is this specifically for Crypt Ghouls?
Basically, it makes the Crypt Ghouls battle line. When you take the Holomore Grand Court and a what is it? Look back here. You got to take 2 things to make them battle line. Yeah, you got to take a Crypt Hauntier Courtier and a Crypt Horror as if a Crypt Horror's unit is Holomore. So basically 2 requirements: had to have the hero and the court to make them battle line.
Oh, okay.
So, but this makes them battle line. But you rerolled ones for attacks made by Courtier and all friendly units of Knights, Holomore Knights, if they made a charge move in the same turn. So they got to be more than likely to get those charges off, because I think most everyone's taking cogs with them still.
Let's see.
Other than that, you got some decent command trait and artifact of power. And you can add run to the run and charge rolls. I mean, it's pretty basic. Not really, nothing really stands out.
Attacks and damage. Yeah.
So, but we get into the 2. Yeah. Now we're getting to the 2 I really like. The Blister Skin's probably my favorite.
2 to movement.
Yeah, 2 to movement for all Blister Skin units.
There you go.
Yeah, so everything's going to be super fast. Your Terror Guys,
everything. Cogs.
Give it cogs.
What is cogs cast on? Like a 5?
6, I think.
Or is it a 6?
Maybe. I can't remember.
Dumb.
But yeah, you're going to take a lot of the spells with these guys because they're good.
Yeah, and the spells are.
But other than that, you can pick up a unit, Blister Skin, a hero, a Blister Skin unit that can fly within 18 inches of the general or 12 inches of a hero. Basically, you can pick them up and put them 9 inches away. And all your flayers have a 10-inch range on their screams. So basically, you're just going to plop them and put them anywhere you want and scream at them.
They're still -2 when they drop in, but I've seen firsthand how good that can be if you roll that, 12.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But and then on a 4-up, in each hero phase, you get an extra command point, which is excellent for this army. So you can get that frenzied extra pylon attack. And then for the artifact, it's track 1 for missile weapons that target you within 6 inches of the bearer. So basically, you can give a -1 to hit for ranged. Which, if the meta shifts like people have been saying it should, it might be really useful. Because everyone's thinking there's going to be a good ranged army coming up that we haven't seen yet. But other than that, we got Gristlegore, which is probably the one that's going to really win tournaments. I want to get second at a big GT in overseas.
Dang, already?
Yeah, already. It's like the first big tournament. Basically, what this does, it makes the Terrorgeist and the Zombie Dragons battle line, just for taking the Grand Court. So unmodified hit rolls made by the heroes or monsters inflict 2 hits instead of 1.
So where does it say that on the page that it makes them battle line?
In the very back at the
Yeah, on the
pitch battle profile.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
So.
Cool. Okay. Go ahead.
But yeah, the monster is going to be super beasts, basically getting the an extra hit on each 6 roll.
Yeah, that's awesome.
The command ability is also really good. So if this any monster slain, you can use a command point and make it pile an attack before it removed from the table.
Oh, that's cool. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Getting even better. So the general fights first or before the combat phase, or at the beginning of the combat phase, but before you pick anything, he gets to
It's like a
attack
fanatic.
first. Right. It's like a fanatic. So it attacks before even demon princes. But then you can also, since it's the command phase, you can also use your command point to do the frenzy and let it pile an attack again. So basically 2 attacks before the picking even starts. And if it's your turn, then you get things stack in a row. So it's really good. And then the artifact of power lets you remove something from the battlefield if you roll over the wounds characteristic. It can be slain, which it's good for little models, right? But see, the good thing about it is it's only with 1 inch. But say you had a banner within 1 inch, you could pick the banner and be like, I'm gonna roll over its wounds and kill that banner. That would be the only thing you could do with it. That'd be pretty cool. So what do you guys think?
I think this army is gonna be super command point needed. Like this is the most like more than any other army. This seems like the one that's gonna use some command points.
They make command points useful in this book.
Yeah,
you really want to use them. Like in other books, you had a command point. Yeah, I might use it here. I might use it there. But you're like, man, I want to use it for all of these. So, from then on out, we got battalions.
What were you gonna say, Eric?
I was gonna say this isn't my brand of knights that I like.
But anyway, we'll go on to battalions.
Yeah, Path to Glory.
You're not gonna be making any 1-drops with this army. I mean,
yeah, probably not.
It'd be really, really tough if you made a 1-drop. I mean, if you took the Royal Menagerie, I don't know how to pronounce that words. You could probably do it with that one, but you still have a hero that would need to be put in.
Royal Menagerie?
Yep.
Nope, Menagerie.
Menagerie.
I want to know why they keep putting these, like, the Cannibal Court. Like, what is that? I guess it's not for match play at all. It's just crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, on that one, they used it's like every one in the freaking book just to get that thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's too many heroes to do match play in it, too, through the whole thing.
Look at this thing you'll never play.
Right.
It's essentially like Apocalypse.
Sure.
Right.
Sure.
I don't think anybody ever plays really big games.
Yeah, they did that big one. They did that big one in San Antonio not too long ago. Did anybody care? Talked about it. A lot of people. Apparently, it was like connected to a big tournament or a big Apocalypse game. It like played worldwide. So they did it like they started in Australia.
Was this
super early in the morning? Yeah. So it started in Australia super early in the morning, and then San Antonio started like when they got up, and it like was connected to the battle in Australia, and then they did it in London. Am I going the right way around the world time wise? I don't know.
Yeah.
But and then it like whichever way it ended, like London did the last part, and then it was like a really cool connected narrative giant battle apparently. But anyway, so some people are doing it.
Yeah.
Eric didn't care, but he doesn't care about much.
I might have cared if I'd watched it, but right now it's just.
I don't know those fuckers.
Fuck all them.
But yeah, all these battalions are just kind of meh. I'd probably take Dead Watch. It'd probably be my one I'd probably take. So it kind of ties in. But other than that, I really don't see any that really pop out to me.
Is Ghoul Patrol any good still, or is
I
it?
mean, it still does the same thing it did before, where you can
Okay.
put all your ghouls to the side and bring them in. I mean,
You got to bring that courtier though.
yeah. I mean, a lot of times you probably bring him anyway because he renews models to a unit. Man, I went through this and was like, man, there's nothing that really stands out here.
Oh, it doesn't add.
Maybe.
The Ghoul Patrol used to add D6 to your ghouls too, though.
It doesn't anymore.
No, that was like what was even better about it, because it didn't say that you couldn't add above your starting limit, so you could just keep, and it doesn't say you have to have them on the board to add to them.
Right.
So you could just keep them off the board and then add guys and then bring them in, so you'd get all these extra ghouls in your packs. But
right. You know what battalion's really good is the one out of the carry-on box that doesn't have any points.
That you can't play, yeah.
Yeah, right.
that's
like,
unfortunate.
It's really good. So other than that,
I kind of like the Royal Mordants. The only thing I don't like about it is it's like, take one of all of these knights.
Yeah, just make a normal move.
Yeah, in the hero phase.
I mean, the courtier's pretty good. He puts more models in a unit anyway. Heals stuff.
Yeah, but does he? He doesn't have the. I feel like the casting is where it's at with that new aberrant.
Yeah, the aberrant archregent or whatever.
Yeah.
Abhorrent archregent is definitely.
If he's not in your list, you did something wrong.
Yeah, you fucked up.
Between that and then like having the dudes on Terrorgeist and Zombie Dragons and shit, I just don't know. I mean, I don't know. I need to read the rules more too, though.
Right.
Go on.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. Besides, I mean, you go through over these. I mean, everything got a slight buff. I mean, trying to think what I don't really know what got a buff for like the Terrorgeist and the Zombie Dragons, but Flares, they got a huge buff. They were like never used until probably now. Basically, their Scream used to be a D6 and add 1 to the roll, and you have to roll over their leadership. But now it's 2d6 minus 2, which you're still averaging
Unless
2 more.
You're 3 inches away, 3 or less away.
So if you're in their face, you're going to get a full 2d6 Scream at them, and you're going to do mortal wounds over the amount of their leadership.
By the way, that happened to me in a game with my Storm Fiends. They were 3 inches away, or less than that, and rolled a 12, picked up a whole base.
It's gross.
Perfect.
Yeah. Another buff they got was hit roll of a 6 inflicts 1 mortal wound on the target in addition to normal damage. So basically they have a little mortal wound output now too, as well.
And that's just the Flares, right?
Right.
Yeah.
But the one we really want to talk about is the Arc Regent. I think we talked a little bit before, but he heals 3 wounds a phase, or each hero phase. He casts 2 spells. His spell adds 3 attacks per unit? Yeah. So
it's
on a
not
6
each
up,
hero phase, it's
D3.
each of his hero phases.
in each of your hero phases. Yeah, that's what I meant. But his spell is cast on a 6, picking it wholly within 24, and add D3 to their attacks.
Which is nuts.
So it says melee weapons. So if you put it on a Terrorgeist, that's all melee weapons, which each one's a melee weapon. And what do they have? Like, say you put it on your Aberrant Ghoul King on Terrorgeist, they have 3 attacks, like 5 attacks, 6 attacks, and 5 attacks, 4 attacks, 3 attacks. So you add D3 to each one of those. I mean, that's getting crazy because most of them do. One does 1 damage, one does D3 damage, and one does D6 damage. So it'll get a little crazy. And
even adding D3 onto a big unit of Crypt Ghouls, that's maybe 5 attacks a model.
What do they have? Yeah, what do they have right now? They have
2 plus 1 if there's 20 or more models, so up to 6 attacks apiece.
Right.
Wow.
I think the courtier for them gives them an extra attack, doesn't it? I don't think so. Maybe not. No, maybe that's what I was thinking about. What you just said. So basically 3. You can get them up to 6 attacks.
If any enemy models are slain by wounds inflicted by this model's attacks until the end of the phase in which the attacks were made, add 1 to the attack's characteristic of melee weapons used by friendly serfs that are wholly within 16. So yes, if the courtier is near them and gets a wound off, yeah, they get another attack. So potentially 7 attacks there.
And times it by 40. I mean, you can't get a full unit of 40 into combat, but just saying, it's a lot.
You could maybe, depending on what you're going up against.
But if you get 20 in, I mean, that's fucking 140 attacks.
Yeah, that's gonna get rid of some shit.
Yeah, that's pretty gnarly.
So that's the stuff I've been really impressed with. I think it's going to be a really strong army. I mean, there's obvious things you can do in it. Endless spells, all are pretty good, I think. Because you got the barricade that
I like the barricade.
Yeah, I mean, it has the movement for enemy units, and it gives you -1 to hit for shooting missile weapons. Did I read that right? Yeah, see the benefit of cover, so you get a +1 to save, basically. The chalice is really good. So basically, anything that dies around the chalice, you put a counter on it, and then on a 4-up, you heal a wound to a Fleaheater Quartz model, or return a slain model with a wounds characteristic of 1 within 12 of it. Wholly within 12. So basically, you just put that next to your Terrorgeist or next to your unit of ghouls, and they just keep coming back with it. And the Stampede, it's probably my favorite one. I think everyone's going to take it because it is the mortal output on this. It could be really good, and you're always going to at least
this
on a
is
one.
Like one of the only mortal wound endless spells that I like. One of the few.
Yeah, if you have like a bunch of like 1 model units or 1 wound units, basically you're gonna do 5 mortals no matter what. Because you roll 5 dice, roll over the wounds characteristic, and if you roll a 6, you suffer D3 for that roll. So I mean, if you roll a 6 and 3 5s, you're doing quite a bit. And you can fly it over more than 1 unit. So basically 2 or 3 units could get hit by it. But yeah, that's Fleaheater Quartz.
The endless spells. So this one says only Nagash and Aberrants can attempt to cast this spell. So are they like are endless spells in the books? Are they locked into the book, or are they
generally? You have to be able to cast them in any of the special ones. They have like little stipulations like that in them.
Do they?
Yeah, all the Stormcast ones do. All the Nighthaunt ones do.
Okay. But could Nagash can't cast this, right? Like in a match play list.
Basically, you can pay for any endless spell you want. Like you could buy the endless spell for like an order army, but then you can't cast it because you don't have the right ability to cast
because it won't. It tells you in the rules
in the
if
rule,
you can cast it. So Nagash could take this fucking corpse mare.
Yes,
right.
That's dumb.
They don't have like a death or a destruction keyword. But
right.
There you go.
Okay. And then my other question about this codex, or this, you motherfucker, Battletome, was, are crypt horrors even worth taking?
Yeah. For sure.
They don't fly. They're slow. I mean, compared to flayers, like
they have more. I don't know.
When you build your list, you kind of need a little bit of chafe in your army.
Yeah, isn't that what ghouls are for?
That's what you mean.
Oh, okay. You're talking about the big guys.
Crypt horrors, yeah. Like the ones that are right. Yeah, the non-flying.
Yeah, right. Knights. Let's look at them real quick.
Because they don't have any rend.
Right.
They have more attacks.
Yeah, you're right. They have what is it? Did you get
no? They have less attacks
club and talents. So you have 5 attacks with them, 4 attacks with players, and no scream.
You have 3 attacks with them.
You can deal 1 wound allocated to them. You can't with players.
Like that.
Yeah.
You're healing enough shit. I mean,
they have a 4-up save instead of a 5-up save.
no, they don't.
Yeah, they have a 5-up.
Oh wait, I'm looking at the wrong one. Yeah,
Yeah, you are.
was looking at the wrong one, so I was looking at the courtier.
Yeah, that's the courtier. That sucks.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems like they just like by making flayers so good, or just why didn't they bump up the horrors?
I mean, they're damage 2, but no Rins, so.
And on a 6, it's a
the
3.
wound roll, it's a 6. Yeah, it's a 3.
Yeah,
But still.
Yeah, I mean, you have to build an army around them, and I don't think their battalion's that good either.
No, it is.
No.
None of they're not battalions.
Yeah, I have
They're
I
courts, or what are they called? What's the stupid word they use?
courtier.
No.
They have war scroll battalions. What the
Yeah,
fuck
but
are you
all of
talking
them
about,
are
Eric?
All of them are called courts, aren't they? Attendants at court. Oh, I guess not.
Those are different.
Yeah. So I'm building all flayers.
Fuck yeah.
Fucking.
So yeah.
God damn, dude.
Right?
You gotta be able to summon all that shit in.
Yeah, because I'll have plenty of summoning to do. I got 2 Arc Regents, so I can summon 2 more units in if I wanted to.
Arc Regents are what, 200 points?
Yes,
Yep,
and they summon in 200
points.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy. And they cast 2 spells. That's a cheap-ass little dude.
Yep.
But you're probably not going first with this army? Or what do you think?
I think...
How many drops do you have in your...
My 2,000 point list, let me bring it up here real quick. My 1 Flayer list that I took the battalion with. Let me see. Which one are you? That's not you. All right, I have 1, 2, 3 drops. Yeah, on my Flayer list.
How do you have 3 drops? You bring in a battalion?
Yeah, I took the Dead Watch, which is 3 Flayer units and a Courtier, Infernal Courtier. Courtier, I don't know how to say that. And then
I think that's right. Courtier.
Then an Aberrant Ghoul King on a Terrorgeist, and then an Arc Regent. And then 2 endless spells, and I have 50 points left over for an extra command point.
Nice. Okay. So yeah, you're probably going first against a lot of armies.
The Terrorgeist summons in a unit of Knights, unit of 3, and then I can summon in a unit of 20 Ghouls or 3 Knights, again with the Arc Regent. But it's a unit of 6, unit of 6, unit of 6.
Jeez.
But I think I kind of tooled it a little bit where I took 3 out of one of them and added another Arc Regent and took an endless spell out. So I had 2 Arc Regents where I could summon that unit back in anyway and have 2 extra spells. So, I mean, it was kind of like I'm going to get the unit back anyway, so might as well take another Arc Regent, which is basically what people wind up doing.
Nice.
But anyway, on my 1,000 point list, I had the one I submitted to that one tournament in the 16th. I think I'm changing it to where's it at here? It's going to be a Aberrant Ghoul King on Terrorgeist, an Arc Regent, Royal Terrorgeist, and 10 crit rolls. 4 models. But it'll be really good because I'm taking the Gristle Gore. So that'll be fun. But anyway, I really like Fleaheater Courts. I think they're going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's going to be a cool army.
I think they'll have that Daughters of Cain flavor where you can get a lot of damage out, like in a sudden from across the board. So, but anyway, Eric, you want to take it over from here? You're more privy on the Skaven book than I am.
Let's amend that. I have looked a lot at the Clan Scryer stuff.
Mm-hmm. Well, the thing about the Skaven book, I think the Skaven book is going to be really good. I think it's going to be like the Legion of the Gash book, where people kind of gotta keep working at it and just find that synergy that works really well. I'm not a big Skaven fan, so Skaven really didn't excite me that much. But I'm happy.
We all have our deficiencies.
Yeah, right. I've liked everyone until now. Give me a break.
No. Can we amend that? He's bought everyone until now. That's the first army.
Right.
And
I didn't
only
buy
because
Beast
Flesh
of
Eaters.
Chaos.
Oh, well, no one did. So here we are.
Oh no. I actually like the Beast of Chaos book, but whatever.
I liked it too, but
Yeah, me
did you
too.
buy it?
Well, so going to the Skaven, if we go to the Allegiance abilities, they have some like overarching stuff that you get. So the first thing you get is Lead from the Back, so the Lookout Sir now applies to melee attacks.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, because Skaven are cowards. And the next one they get is called Scurry Away. So if one of your heroes is in combat, instead of fighting with it, you can say it's scurrying away, and you make a normal move. It's a retreat. And you just dip out of combat like, nope.
It's awesome.
And then there is Overwhelming Mass, where you add 1 to hit rolls for Skaven units if they have 20 or more models, and then you add 1 to the wound rolls if there are 30 or more models. And that's any of the Skaven Tide units. And instead of getting the +1 to bravery for every 10 models, you get 2 for every 10 models. So they can be more brave than you'd think.
Mm-hmm. These are like old school Skaven rules, and I love it.
Yeah, no, it's pretty good.
This makes me happy for like the if they get a Slave to Darkness Battletome, if they bring back the champion like challenge. You ever play the old fantasy at all?
Way back in the day.
Yeah, so basically like your little champions inside your units could challenge, and then they could roll on the Eye of the Gods table and become like a demon prince. And it was always really fun to try to do that, even though they would just die. So I hope they bring that back. Seeing this book do that. Anyway, proceed.
Yeah, really cool.
From there, the different clans have different stuff that they get. For Master Clan, they get whenever you use a command ability, the model uses a command ability, you roll a dice, and on a 5-up, you get another command point. So that's
good.
Pretty good. Clan Molder has at the start of the first battle round, before determining which player is the first turn, you pick one of the fighting beasts for each Master Molder you have, and you can't pick the same one twice, but you add basically D3 to the wounds of whatever that beast is, and you can reroll hit rolls of 1 for them. Melee. Hit rolls of 1 in melee.
Also good.
Clan Eshin has some cool stuff too, I think, but basically, if you have any Clan Eshin heroes, before determining who has the first turn, you can pick 1 enemy hero for each Clan Eshin hero in your army, and you can reroll wound rolls for attacks made by them that target those heroes.
Nice.
The Clan Verminous gets... Yeah, when you pick command traits, you can pick 1 command trait for up to 6 friendly Claw Lords. So basically, all your Claw Lords get command traits.
That's really good.
Yeah.
What's really cool about that is like you don't it's not like you pick one. It's like if you have the hero, you get it. So good.
Right. You can't say, oh, all 6 of them have this.
Right.
They got to all be different. Yeah, so that's kind of fun. I think Verminous has some cool stuff you can do with them, with Claw Lords and massive bricks of Clan Rats and Storm Vermin. But
yep.
Then we get on to... I'm running basically all clans. Well, no, I am running all Clan Scryer. So basically, if you have any Clan Scryer heroes, before the armies are set up, you roll a d3 and add 3 to it, and you get that many Warpstone Sparks. And you can spend Warpstone Sparks to buff your guys.
Mm-hmm.
You can only use it like each one of these 3, you can only use it like once, so you can't like say, oh, I'm going to spend 3 of them and stack them up. You can't do that.
Gotcha. So what do you do with your extra sparks then? Is there stuff you can do elsewhere?
No, I mean, so they have one you can spend in your hero phase, one you can spend in your shooting phase, and one you can spend in your combat phase. So
Oh,
just
gotcha. I see what you mean.
so every turn you can spend it on
Gotcha.
new stuff.
Okay. Cool.
So the hero phase one is you can reroll casting, dispelling, and unbinding rolls for that wizard. And then all of these at the end of the phase, you roll a die, and on a 1, that wizard or that thing suffers D3 mortal wounds.
Fun.
Yeah, so potentially lethal, but whatever. If you think that's bad, just buckle up. The next thing you can do is a shooting phase, and you pick 3 clan scryer units that are wholly within 13 of the hero you pick, and you add 1 to the damage characteristic of missile weapons used by that unit, which is really disgusting, especially if you put it on a Storm Fiend's rattling cannons.
Oh yeah. Those things are gross.
Yeah.
I'm just glad you can only take 1 per unit of 3.
Yeah, they changed that. Otherwise, I would have taken 3 in every unit.
Right.
That's not true. We'll get to that. I'll talk about that a little bit. But then in the combat phase, you can reroll hit rolls for a hero. That one's
Yeah.
meh. That one's
It'd be nice if you could put it on something else.
yeah. That was the most meh of the 3 Warpstone Spark expenditures.
Mm-hmm. I mean, if you took, what is it, the main Tancool or whatever his name is, Thancool,
and Bone Ripper.
you're probably the only one you want to use it on, probably.
From there, well, so Thankful can't even do it because it has to be a clan scryer hero.
Oh, I thought he was.
Clan.
Gotcha.
Yeah, he's the big boss.
Might never use it then.
Well, you might. Because Thankful and Bone Ripper is gross. From there, there's Clans Pestilence, and they have just a metric fuck ton of abilities,
Yeah,
like
right.
prayers. So
that what's that red maw one? I was looking.
that's Red Maw Plague.
Yeah.
So if this Great Plague manifests, pick the nearest enemy hero within 13 of the priest chanting the prayer. These are all like prayers, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And that hero is infected. If several enemy heroes are equal, you can pick one or whatever. If a hero infected with the Regmar Plague is within 3 of any other models from its own army at the start of any combat phase, is not within 3 of models from your army, then you can treat that hero as a friendly model until the end of that combat phase.
Nice.
Yeah.
If you, I mean, I think it's pretty good. A little extra. I mean, they have a ton of prayers now, so basically, how many prayers can they cast a turn? Does it say? Do they have prayer section in here?
Each Great Plague can only manifest once per battle, and no more than 1 Great Plague can manifest in the same turn.
Gotcha.
And that's if you roll a 6 on the Clan's Pestilent Priest, which is it's in their worshipful.
Yeah, it's in their worshipful. So it's like it's not going to happen. I mean, it'll happen, but when it does happen, you really want to grab that big old beefy Terrorgeist and rip into their army with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Or it's like, oh, let me just grab this Star Drake or whatever.
Yeah.
It's gross.
Okay, but the Great Clans, does it say, do you have to take like all the models in your army as the Great Clan, or?
No, you can run a complete mixed match, and they all still get all of these. You don't.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
But you do need to, like, for instance, Storm Fiends can be battle line, but in order for them to be battle line, your entire army has to have Clan Scryer.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's good at least. They didn't. Usually they do a hero, but That's good that everything has to be this. I think that's smart.
Yeah. So I mean, no problem there. That's what I'm going to run. I mean, I'm probably going to pick up like clan rats and storm vermin eventually, but right now I want a low model count, just clan scryer.
That's awesome.
Right.
Yeah. Which a lot of
So-
people have those models.
Yeah. So from there, we'll go into the command traits. There are some cool ones in all of them, really, but I'm just going to talk about the clan scryer. There's a couple in here that I think are really fun. But I think I like Deranged Inventor the most. Because you pair that with spending the warp stone. Deranged Inventor says at the start of your shooting phase, you can pick one friendly clan scryer unit that is wholly within 13 inches of the general, and you can reroll hit rolls for attacks made with missile weapons by that unit until the end of that phase. So you spend a warpstone spark on your rattling gun there, and now it's rerolling all its failed hits, and it's getting 3d6 attacks, and it's got a -1 rend, and at that point 2 damage a shot. Enjoy.
Wow.
Yeah, it got heinous. I used this the last time I played, and yeah, it was gross.
Nice.
I was looking at the Eshin stuff when I was glancing through this, and there's the one where
stuff. Yeah.
you can make that dude fly. You can make one of the general traits. So you just take that big old fucking the big rat as your general and you have a big old flying rat. That's pretty fun.
The big rat.
What's his name? The Deceiver.
Oh, Vermin Lord Deceiver.
Yeah, you make him fly because he moves 12 and he's popping up somewhere. But then he also has fly keyword. That's pretty fucking good.
Most of the Vermin Lords I think are really cool.
Yeah, they're really cool. But I didn't really look through Pestilence too much. I mean, does this do away with the Clan Pestilence Battletome?
Battletome, yeah.
Pretty much gone now.
Oh, yeah, probably replaced it. They'll probably have an FAQ later being like, hey, this replaces all of this. Bye.
There is just so much in this fucking Battletome.
I know.
There is.
It's daunting.
I love it. It's so good.
Yeah.
It reminds me of the Legion of Nagash book. Maybe that's why I like it.
I mean, if you play Skaven already, you're going to be playing this for 2 years because there's so much you can do with it.
For sure.
So going on to the artifacts, there's some fun stuff for the Clan Scryer. They're Dark Inventions. And I was playing around with Esoteric Warp Resonator, which generates you extra Warpstone sparks, which I think is pretty cool. But the Vial of the Fulminator, because I really like the Doom Wheel, and Vial of the Fulminator could be... It basically you double the unit's move characteristic.
Nice.
So that's potentially moving like across the board.
Yeah, that's pretty brutal.
Mm.
The Eshin one, they have the Shadow Magic Trinket, and you can fight at the start of the combat phase once per battle with it.
Ah, so you're
That'd be
like
good.
Fanatic?
Mm-hmm. Well, and then you also have the little the Eshin hero, the little assassin dude, and he can pop out of your units after you charge. So you put it on him,
Yeah.
pop out, attack first before anything else. He's a good little.
Who would go first at the start of the combat?
It's who's your.
I think it's turn priority.
Yeah, it would be turn priority. Like if you're going against, and this is once per battle, so you would obviously do it on your turn. But
Gotcha.
But yeah, you would pick, because now you have Fleaheater Courts, these guys and Gobos all doing the same, fighting before anyone else.
Right.
Is there anything else out there that does that?
No. A lot of things are fight before your opponent picks, so it would come
That's
like when your opponent picks, then you pick instead, like the Demon Princes do.
right. That's like the Slaaneshi thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cool, yeah.
Yeah, there's some good shit.
All right. So we got the lores here.
Yeah, there's some interesting spells here. In the Lore of Ruin, which is for Grey Seers only, I kind of like Skitter Leap.
Skitter Leap's real good. Real fucking
Yeah.
good.
I mean, like just dropping a hero in anywhere is, yeah, pretty good.
Plus you got your Gnarholes that do the same thing. So
Yeah,
tons of movement.
that's less targeted though. Skitter Leap.
Right.
Yeah. So you Skitter Leap one of those big dudes, and then you're just jumping in someone's fucking in their face. Because that's all the stuff that I was looking at is how do you like Skitter Leap fucking the Vermin Lord thing.
The Vermin Lords are nasty.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They're only a couple. I mean, what, 260-ish for all of them, and they're worth it, I think. Going into the lore of the Warp Volt Galvanism for Clan Scryer. These are kind of weird. Warp Lightning Shield, I think, could be potentially cool, but also deadly. So basically, it has a casting value of 6, and if you cast it until your next hero phase, the first 3 wounds allocated to the caster in each phase are negated. But if you take that 4th wound, then you suffer D6 mortal wounds, and the spell ends. So, I mean, if it's
So do you
kind of
suffer
a
the mortal
gamble.
wound and then D6 as well? So D6 plus 1?
Yes.
That's crazy. You might as well not even use it, I think, anyway. I mean, because at minimum you're taking 2. On average, you're taking 4. So, I mean, it's like,
Yeah.
you're pretty much going to die no matter what.
I mean, they have to reliably be able to get 3 wounds on you.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they're, yeah, it's weird. I think I like the first 2 better, which is more warp power, which basically reroll hit and wound rolls.
Mm-hmm.
The unit suffers D3 mortals at the end of the phase, but that could be pretty good, especially on like a unit of Storm Fiends.
Right.
And then the Chain Warp Lightning. I don't like the Chain Warp Lightning.
Yeah, it seems just.
It just does like a mortal wound to like D6 units.
Mm-hmm.
Womp womp.
Yeah, with
So, moving on to Gnawholes, which we kind of talked about a little bit earlier.
Mm-hmm.
They're the new terrain piece. Like, I'm sure some of the older armies that don't have terrain pieces are going to get terrain pieces because it seems like every fucking army is getting a terrain piece.
Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, I think it's a good addition to the game.
Yeah,
makes it look cool too.
So basically, you get 3 Gnawholes, and they got to be 8 inches from the edge of a battlefield, more than 3 from objectives, and more than 1 from any other terrain features. And basically, if you have a hero near the Gnawhole, you can basically teleport that unit to another Gnawhole, 9 inches away from enemy models. The terrain is arcane, so it's treated as arcane for the Skaven, deadly for not Skaven.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, and that's basically all the Nahul's do. They arcane for rats, deadly for others, and you can teleport units. Oh, and I guess the priests have they can add 1 to the dice roll for the prayer, and I guess that's just arcane. Yeah, so that's what a Nahul does. Pretty awesome.
Yeah, for sure. Even for like the movement shenanigans, and then +1 to cast. I mean, it's free. It's awesome.
Yeah. It's one of the better terrain features, I think.
Gotcha. All right. So, which one of these battalions do you like? Is it obvious?
I like the Warp Cog Convocation that I will never be able to play, but
It seemed like it'd be pretty easy to. I mean, it's like a master battalion. You don't have to pay all the extra battalions for, right?
Yeah,
Give
but
you
you still,
special rules.
I suppose that's true, but it's still a lot of different shit.
yeah, and you're still spending all the points on the 2 battalions too.
Yeah, because you need the engine covens, I think. Yeah.
Well, these are the engine covens, aren't they?
No, this is the Warp Cog Convocation.
Yeah, but these basically you pick the 2 to 5 of these, like the Arctic Voltic, the Goldfire Scourge, or this thing. These aren't battalions. These are things you pick within the battalion that give you special rules, right?
Right.
Or are they actually battalions in the back?
No, they're not battalions. They have abilities like on the Warp Cog Convocation. They all have abilities on the next page if you look.
Right.
But yeah, I like the Warp Lightning Cannon thing just because I like Warp Lightning Cannons.
Right.
And subtracting 1 from the power of the Warp Lightning Cannon is pretty awesome.
Well, I mean, with this battalion, you could pretty much one-drop your opponent, like, easy. Like, be the first to go and first to drop your Scave or Storm Fiends in and really do some damage.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't like the wind launchers that much.
No, they're not that good.
Well, we'll get to why I like the other thing better. But
Gotcha. Well, cool deal.
So, a couple units I want to go over here. First of all, Thankwell and Bone Ripper.
Mm-hmm.
It's 400 points, but this thing is a fucking monster.
Yeah, I just saw that one.
So, if you look, it has Protection of the Horned Rat, which is basically a Feel No Pain, 5-up Feel No Pain. And the Staff of the Horned Rat gives, at the upper tiers, +2 to casting and unbinding for Thankwell. So that means when Thankwell's near a Nahul, he's basically Nagash. Not as many spells as Nagash, but +3 to cast.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
What's his unbind? Is it regular?
Oh, I guess, no, you're right. It's casting rolls only. So his unbind is still regular.
Okay, well, it's not as bad. That's what's really bad about Nagash.
Yeah, he's basically
unbind.
No, you don't get to cast spells.
At least Nagash is even on trying to unbind, so that's good.
Yeah. The Warp Amulet gives it heals 1 wound in your hero phase. So when you build your Thankwell and Bone Ripper, you can give him 1 or 0 to 4 Warpfire Brazers or 0 to 4 Warpfire Projectors. I think I would outfit Thankwell with 4 Warpfire Braziers or Brazers. Because the Warpfire Brazers, they're 3 to hit, 3 to wound.
Braziers.
Minus, they're not Braziers. They're
Pretty
Brazers.
sure those are bra.
That's a man's ear.
Did I say Braziers? Because I thought I said Braziers, but 3 to hit, 3 to wound, -2 Ren, 3 damage a pop, and the amount of attacks you get is double the number of warp fire braziers that Bone Ripper is armed with. So if they have 4, that's 8 attacks at 3 to hit, 3 to wound, -2 rend, 3 damage
Shit.
top. He also gets crushing blows, which at his top damage table, it's 6 attacks at 4 to hit, 3 to wound, -1 rend, and 2 damage a pop. This thing is a fucking monster, and it's 400 points, and I think it's almost like a distraction Carnifex, basically. Like, yeah, deal with Thankwall and Bone Ripper while my other shit tears you apart as well.
Yeah, that's pretty badass.
Yes, it is.
400 points.
Yeah, 400 points though. The Madness spell that he gets is basically it targets a hero and you roll a die for like the total amount of attacks that hero can make of all of its characteristics, melee weapons.
Right.
And on a 5-up, you inflict a mortal wound on one enemy unit within 3 inches of that hero, and you can choose different units to suffer the mortal wounds. So it's kind of weird. And then his command ability, basically, he'll let you use the all the basic command abilities for free once per whatever phase. That isn't him, so it has to be a different hero, Skaven hero.
Nice.
The other thing I wanted to go over was Storm Fiends. The Warp Fire Projectors, these are horde killers. So basically, they have an 8-inch range. Do not use the attack sequence for an attack made with Warp Fire Projectors. Instead, roll a die for each model in the target unit that is within 8 inches of the attacking model. For each 4+, the target unit suffers 1 mortal wound. It's like, okay, so nice 40 ghouls you got there. Go ahead and pick half of them up.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
And I used that to great effect last Sunday. Between that and the double damage rattling guns, I just pick up that unit.
Yeah, they're gonna be a really good shooting army for sure.
And I mean, it's good shooting, but they're also good in melee. Like,
I like it.
Man. I think the one that really stands out for me is the Grey Seers on Screaming Bell. I think they're really good. I mean, they're 200 points. I mean, take 4 of them, and then they cast 2 spells. They let you ignore Battle Shock, hold within 13 inches for your units. They have a mortal wound save, a wound and mortal wound save on a 5-up. And then each model gets to do the Perils of Doom, and if you roll a 12 on those 2 dice, you get to bring in a Vermin Lord. I mean, it can automatically pay for itself in a sudden. I mean, it's on a 12. It's hard to get, but still, it casts 2 spells already for 200 points, and then ignores helps you ignore Battle Shock. Has a pretty good stat line as well. I mean, 13 wounds. Has a ton of attacks. I mean, not a ton, but enough for 200 points. It casts 2 spells. So, I mean, I think it's a really good unit.
How many points is he?
200.
200.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like nothing.
Yeah, that's 200 points. They're giving us all these little 200-point heroes that do cast 2 spells.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty sweet.
Yeah, shoot, like Stormcast heroes that cast a spell cost like 180. It's ridiculous.
And are garbage.
Yeah, for sure.
Not that garbage. They're okay. They're not.
Well, then you do get that unit that's a wizard that is only like 200 points for 5 of those fuckers.
Mm-hmm. So they got some endless spells, didn't they? They're not as good as the.
Yeah, I didn't read them yet. Man, they just have so many units.
I know,
Like
it's
going
so
over
much.
the flesh eaters, it's like this army does this thing. And then you go to fucking Skaven, and it's like,
What do you want to do?
Yeah, what do you want to do?
yeah, so many choices.
Mm-hmm. Which is good though. This is really. I mean, Skaven players needed it. They got the
Oh, for
shit
sure.
for a long time.
Yeah,
I think
they
when-
had that one trick they could do back in first edition.
Oh yeah, the
That
Scar
was
trick.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Skaven, like when 8th edition ended, they were still 2 editions behind on books. So finally getting a book for all your Skaven models is amazing.
Which that's so weird to me because they had like all those new models there at the end of 8th. It was like, no new book.
Yeah, which was weird. You're right. But I like some of their models. I like the Hell Pit Abominations were always cool.
Let's talk about Hell Pit Abominations because now they are disgusting. Go ahead and take a look. Have you looked at them?
I have not.
All right, their move is a 2d6. They have a 5-up save, a 6 bravery, 12 wounds. Their gnashing teeth. They have 6 attacks, 3 to hit, 3 to wound. Rend of -3 at their top wound, 2 damage apiece. Then they have their flailing fist, which they have 6 attacks at the top, 3 to hit, 3 to wound, -1, 3 damage apiece. And they have the avalanche of flesh rule, which is another attack, which says do not use the attack's weakens. Instead, roll a number of dice equal to the number of models from the target unit within 3 inches of the attacking model. You can reroll any of the dice if this model made a charge wound in the same turn. The target unit suffers 1 mortal wound for each roll that is equal to or greater than the avalanche of flesh value shown on the model's damage table,
Jesus.
which is a 2-up at the top.
How many points are these things?
I think it's like 4. No, they're very very cheap. They are 220 points.
Oh my god! And with all that Clan Mulder shit you can do.
Yeah, you can give them more wounds. You can reroll the hit and wound rolls for them and stuff, and they regenerate D3 wounds every one of your hero phases. They reduce the bravery of enemies near them, and they are resistant to spells. So each time they're affected by a spell or into a spell, you roll a die, and on a 4-up, they just ignore the spell. The end.
Jesus.
Yeah, and they also have the 2 horrible to die rule. So the first time it's slain, you roll a die, a d6. On a 1 to 2, it's dead. On a 3 to 4, the rats emerge. All units within 3 inches of the model immediately suffer D3 mortal wounds. And then on a 5 to 6, the model is not slain, and it heals D6 wounds.
Yeah, that's
Get
awesome.
fucked. Yeah.
Dang. So, yeah, we could talk about this fucking book forever. This is a lot.
We really could. There is so much here. The Fleaheater court, I think, was like very straightforward. You know, it's like, oh yeah, they have these cool things here. There's this, but like, dude, this book is insane.
That's awesome. I'm happy for Skaven players.
I'm happy for me too.
Oh, do I need another Chaos Army? No, that corn book's coming.
Yep. That corn on the cob book's coming.
It's coming.
Yeah, join the rest of us. Jump on the newest hotness.
I'm good. Oh, man. All right. So you want to talk about what's coming up? Because today's the day. Or a week from today's the day.
Let's do our giveaway first for our Battletome.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, giveaway time.
I know, right? So we got quite a few Patreon subscribers sign up, which is awesome. We thank you all. We got Charles Fox, our longtime subscriber, John Napick from the Ever Chosen podcast, Mike Driscoll, he's from Oklahoma. I don't think I've ever met Mike, so hopefully he's one of our big subscribers. He actually gets to be on an episode if he wants to. But to talk to him. Ryan Gervaisa, he's a subscriber. Shay Ramsey from Edmund Unplugged. That's where I've played him before. And then We're All Doom podcast, which they're a D&D podcast. He's also out of Edmond. So that's our
podcast.
Yeah, you got to check him out. He's a subscriber, so look him up.
I am always looking for a good D&D podcast. So
yeah, it's Chase Lehman. That's who does it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So I'm looking through my sheet here. I can see who it all is. So yeah, check out his podcast. We're All Doomed is what it's called. I subscribe to it. I haven't listened to an episode yet, but I'm going to. So I need a random 1 through 30. See who wins these battle tomes.
27.
Did you say 27?
I did.
That's Ryan Gervaisa.
All right.
Boom.
Give me another number.
I mean, since we did Skaven, why not 13?
13. Mike Driscoll.
There you go.
There you go. So Ryan will get his first choice at a battle tome, and then Mike will get the leftovers. So congratulations, guys. We'll have another one next month. Probably will be the hopefully the Corn Battle Tome will be the next giveaway.
Ooh. Benjamin.
I better sign up.
Sign up as Eduardo Sanchez or something.
All right. But other than that, we got tournament coming on the 16th. The Iron Realms, Flying Monkey Con. We've been talking about every podcast. Get them. Get signed up.
Yeah, you got one more week to sign up for Iron Realms before to get your free shirt.
Yep.
Yeah.
So get signed up.
Cool deal.
And that's
all right,
the
guys.
16th of what?
March.
There you go.
Oh, that's the one day GT.
Mm-hmm. 1,000 points.
Nice.
Should be fun. I'm bringing 4 models to make it easy.
I am bringing 9, so yeah.
Cool. Well, anyway, guys, let's wrap it up there. It's getting late.
Yep. See ya,
All right.
fuck boys.
Later, everybody.